Good evening, everyone. We hope that you all are staying safe and enjoying your fall semesters. I am Dr. Luis Rivera, and I am in my first year here as the new Assistant Professor of Percussion at Oklahoma City University. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time here so far, working with the fantastic faculty and amazing students. Hopefully soon, I will be able to meet all of our concert goers in person on the stage. As most of you know, we are all dealing with unprecedented times as a society. Everything that we once thought is normal has been affected in some way, and music is no different. Unfortunately, we are refraining from hosting live audiences currently for our ensemble performances. However, that does not stop us from getting together to bring you music from our amazing students. What we have been doing as a percussion studio this semester is having a slightly different focus with Percussion Ensemble, where we are integrating recording technology with our semester concert. We have prepared this broadcast for you tonight as a culmination of this new focus. Tonight's broadcast will feature 3 works for small chamber percussion ensemble, 1 duet and 2 quartets, all socially distanced, of course. The first work is a challenging vibraphone duet by composer Dr. Brian Nozny. The second work is a quartet created by one of our own composition faculty, Mr. Jamie Whitmarsh, titled Song for David. And the final piece is one of the most popular large-scale works in the percussion ensemble canon, Threads by composer Paul Lansky. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you aren't already a fan, we want to invite all of you to like and follow our Facebook page by searching for OCU Percussion Studio. Now, to introduce our first piece performed by Kevin Newsom and Clayton Garner, please welcome to the screen Dr. Brian Nozny and his work, 55 Bells.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Nozny and I'm the composer of the next piece, 55 Bells for Vibraphone Duet. This piece came about through a commission by a friend of mine, Matt Geiger, for a recital that he was doing that was centered all around the vibraphone. And so what I did was try to draw inspiration, one, from things that we don't really have in our repertoire, and there aren't a lot of duets for vibraphone. We have them for marimba and vibraphone, but not very many for just 2 vibraphones. So I thought that that would be something interesting to contribute. But as well, over the years, I've heard so many pieces for piano duo, piano 4 hands, and I've just always loved the sound that that makes, where they just take one piano and make it sound like this absolutely gigantic instrument because of the amount of players on it. And so I felt that that would be something interesting to try and do by giving us 2 vibraphones and trying to make it sound like one gigantic instrument. So anyways, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy this performance of 55 Bells.
For those of you who don't know, the next featured composer and I go way back to our graduate days at Florida State University. His catalog of percussion works are vast, beautiful, eccentric, thought-provoking, but most of all to me, they are fantastic examples of how to orchestrate for percussion. Up next is Song for David, performed by Austin Smith, Corey Hubbard, David Dickinson, and Cameron Duncan. To introduce his work, please welcome to the screen, Mr. Jamie Whitmarsh.
Hi, I'm Jamie Wynne Whitmarsh, and I'm the composer of Song for David. Song for David was written in a really short amount of time. I had to write a piece over a weekend, basically. So I went to my office at OCU, and I sat down, I pressed record on voice memos, and played this piece on the piano. I went through the piece after and put it into percussion instrumentation, and I was pretty astounded that 95% of the piece was exactly as it came out on the piano. And for the composers out there, you know that that's pretty rare for that to happen. Most of the time we have to agonize for a long time to really get something to come across. So this piece is really special for that reason, in that it was this crystallized, realized version from the get-go. And then another part of it is, it's called Song for David. When I was a freshman at OCU, my first year, we hosted the Oklahoma Day of Percussion. And David Maslanka was one of our guest artists. We had an all Maslanka concert. We had Arcadia 2 with Jeff White as a soloist. We had Crown of Thorns, and then we had Honer. And the Honer performance that we had was, we invited a lot of people from around the state to play, and we had a rehearsal the night before the concert. And that's one of my top 5 musical moments of my life. There's all this hectic, chromatic run insanity going on, and then there's this big C major chord, and when we have quadrupled vibes and 10 marimbas and everything just expanded to this huge, glorious, beautiful sound. It was such an amazing and defining moment for me, and hearing Maslanka speak in his clinics and presenting for the composers at OCU and the percussionists, it was just really formative for me. And when Maslanka passed away, I think it's a really big loss for our community. I think that he was a very important voice, and this piece does not seek to mimic Maslanka's style, but there are some allusions to the things that he does, some of the nature, percussion, and some of the tonality, but maybe sometimes with something that's a little bit off. And sometimes you'll hear something that sounds like a wrong note, but it's right, and that tension that's being created by the wrong note is the point of that moment. And I think it was an amazing composer, and this piece came out, I think, as a tribute to him. I think that's why it was there. It was so ready, and it was just in the ether for me to pull down. It just came out. It was really crazy how that happened. So this piece is very important to me, and I was thrilled when Luis Rivera and the OCU Percussion Studio decided to program it. I'm very thankful to Corey, Cameron, Austin, and David for their work on this. It's short. It's only 4.5 minutes, but it's difficult. It's chamber music. It is not something that we just have to work on alignment and balance. I mean, there's so much hesitancy in the piece, so much trust you have to extend to your performing colleagues, and it's difficult. So I'm just incredibly thankful. I hope you enjoy it. This video was supposed to be a minute, and it's longer because this piece is so important to me, and I wanted to convey some of that to you. So I hope you enjoy Song for David.
The final piece on the program is one of the most popular works for percussion ensembles since its creation in 2005. Threads was written for the award-winning percussion group OCU Percussion and is a half-hour cantata for percussion in 10 short movements. Paul Lansky is a world-renowned composer and educator, having retired in 2014 after 45 years on faculty at Princeton University. While he is primarily known for his electronic compositions, Lansky's acoustic works have predominated his oeuvre since the mid-1990s. In an interview with the New York Times in 2008, Lansky said, quote, "I view my work as a constant attempt to get it right, to find and express the implicit music within me rather than within an instrument or machine," unquote. Regarding threads, Lansky writes in his program notes, quote, "There are 3 threads that are interwoven in the piece: arias and preludes that focus on the metallic pitch sounds of vibraphones, glockenspiels, and metallic pipes, choruses in which drumming predominates, and recitatives made largely from cage-like noise instruments such as bottles, flower pots, crotales, etc. The aims of the different threads are to highlight the wide range of qualities that percussion instruments are capable of, from lyrical and tender to forceful and aggressive, and weave them into one continuous texture," unquote. Because of the current social situation, we thought it would be fun to do something completely different with this percussion standard. Instead of a dedicated 4 individuals to perform this entire 30-minute work as was originally intended, how about we involve the entire studio among all 10 movements? How about we treat each of the movements as a standalone work while not compromising the integrity of the entire work as a whole? Would this really change the work at all, conceiving it in this new light? We have had such a wonderful time this semester working behind the scenes on this piece, and we hope that all of you enjoy our COVID-19 rendition of Threads by Paul Lansky. We want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight to watch our broadcast. I hope all of you enjoyed the music and that you appreciate all the hard work put in by all of these amazing students. We want to take a moment to thank our featured composers, Dr. Brian Nozny, Jamie Whitmarsh, and Paul Lansky. We also want to take a second to thank our administration for allowing us to do what we do to be able to bring to you to the screen tonight what we've been working on for the last few weeks. As a reminder, we want to invite you to our Facebook page, hit like and follow to stay updated with any future events that we might host. Hopefully sometime very soon, we will be able to share the stage with our audience, but until then, please stay safe and take care of each other. Have a good night.